This video is brought to you by AztecaSoccer.com, your one-stop shop for all the latest and greatest soccer gear. Be sure to use coupon code SR4U at checkout to receive 10% off any order of $100 or more. Hey guys, Josh from SoccerReviewsForYou.com, bringing you my review plus on-feet video of the Nike Magista Obra in the brand new rough green, black, and hyper crimson colorway. Now inside the box they do include a string bag to go along with the shoes themselves. The string bag is black in color with black strings, features an orange Nike swoosh on one side, and your orange Nike football branding on the other. Other than that, as you guys can see, all you get inside the box are the shoes themselves. So we'll get these guys out of the box really quickly, and we'll take a closer look at this very interesting colorway of the Nike Magista Obra. So here they are, guys. In today's video, we're going to, of course, take a detailed look at the colorway itself, talk about tech specs, talk about how these things fit, feel, and perform, and essentially cover everything you would want to know about the Nike Magista Obra. If you guys are interested in a pair of these shoes for yourself, check out the review page on my website. It'll be the very first link down below in the description of this video. Not only will you find a detailed full written review on that page, you'll also find buy it now links for this specific colorway, along with exclusive SR4U coupon codes where you can actually pick it up below its normal $275 retail price. So again, if you're interested in a pair of these for yourself, first link down below in the description. And with that being said, let's get right into the review. To start things off, let's take a closer look at the colorway. Now normally whenever Nike releases a new colorway, they do it in packs. So the Shine Through pack, the Highlight pack, the Intense Heat pack, you get a new colorway for all four of their silos. In this particular situation, this is a colorway that is exclusive to the Magista line that kind of came out of nowhere, similar to the Black, Blue Lagoon, and Volt Yellow colorway that we got not too long ago. So this shoe, as you guys can see, does feature a predominantly black base. You have black Flyknit that is exposed in the midfoot as well as in the collar area. The part that is covered in a clear Nike skin layer is mostly black, and then within the actual pattern of the Flyknit material itself, you have a color that they call rough green. It's essentially like a dark forest green color, and as you guys can see, it's on both the lateral and medial side of the shoe. It doesn't transition between two colors in the forefoot like you see on a lot of colorways of the Obra that do have the clear Nike skin layer. So a little bit different on this particular colorway, and I have to say it looks really, really good. You have that same rough green or army green type color in the laces. It's not exactly the same shade as you guys can see, but still accents pretty nicely. And then of course you have a black Nike swoosh with the hyper crimson orange outline. It's essentially a highlighter orange color that is both on the lateral and medial sides of the shoe, as well as in the Magista branding going up the back of the collar, with the sole plate and heel counter being black, rough green, as well as with some more hyper crimson orange accents. This shoe kind of reminds me of like a camouflage type of look, even like a hunter's type of look, in that it's kind of like a dark kind of green and black camo, and then of course you do have that pop of bright orange in the Nike swoosh and the Magista branding on the back. So definitely something different. I've never really seen a colorway like this before on a pair of soccer cleats. I personally really like it though, especially if you're a fan of darker colorways with that little bit of extra pop. These really do it for me, but leave your opinions on it down below in the comment section. Do you like how these look? Why or why not? And with that being said, let's move on to the tech specs so we can learn a little bit more about the overall performance. As far as performance is concerned, there's a really good reason why the Magista Obra is such a popular shoe right now. It really is a top-end performer. Now we're going to be going over all of the essentials of what you should know regarding the Magista Obra in today's video, but if you guys want as many details as possible, I would strongly recommend checking out the full written review on my website. It'll be the very first link down below in the description, and I'll also leave annotations on screen to my playtest video of the Obra, as well as my traction test video of the shoe, so you can see these things in action if that's something that you're interested in. So again, those annotations will be left on screen. Essentially what you need to know about this shoe is it features a one-piece mid-cut Flyknit construction for the upper. The mid-cut design gives the shoe more of a seamless sensation when it is on your feet. It doesn't add any structure or anything like that. It just creates, for one, an interesting look, and two, a somewhat different type of feel. It takes some getting used to, but once you get used to it, like I said, it feels very natural when you're wearing it. It feels like the shoe flows into your foot as opposed to something that is strapped to your foot. Now, of course, the Flyknit construction to the upper gives the shoe a very interesting fit and feel. It's supposed to be sock-like, and to a certain extent it is, but at the same time, it's still very solid. It still provides good structural integrity and just good support in general. When you are making those quick lateral cuts, it's one of the more responsive shoes out there. So you have a much more kind of structured Flyknit pattern that runs through the main area of the foot that is covered in that Nike skin layer. It's got a dense weave to it, as you guys can see, and it's definitely not as thin as what you're going to find on the Superfly 4, but it certainly isn't what I would consider to be a padded shoe either. It's a thin Flyknit base with a padded liner on the inside, which makes for like
like I said, a shoe that's not too thick, not too thin. It's kind of right there in the middle and just offers a very premium, interesting feel overall. Definitely one that I think a lot of people like a lot, including myself. You do have that Nike skin covering that acts as a protective layer, as well as changes the overall feel when making touches on the ball. It just provides that little bit of extra grip that you wouldn't otherwise have. And then of course the shoe is also finished off with ACC All Conditions Control, acting as your wet control element, just offering better grip on the ball when playing in wet weather playing conditions. You do of course have the Brio cables that are difficult to see, especially on this colorway, that run from the base of the sole in the Flyknit pattern to the lace holes themselves. So when you do pull the laces tight, the midfoot area of the shoe really locks your foot in place. And like I said, keeps everything very, very stable. You guys will see that in the traction test video if you do choose to check it out. So that area of the shoe is very structured, whereas the midfoot and collar is a more elasticated Flyknit material without that Nike skin covering that just makes for a nice kind of compression feel on your ankle as well as across the top of your foot, and just makes for a nice comfortable feel overall. You do of course have an external heel counter, as you guys can see. On the inside of the shoe, right around the heel area, there is an internal lining material. It's a smooth synthetic leather with some padding. The insole is fully removable, mesh liner on top, perforations throughout, and it's just a single layer of foam, nothing too fancy, but it does get the job done. And then as far as the sole plate is concerned, it's made from a compressed nylon material, so it's a little bit stiffer than what you're going to find on the Opus, which is the model below the Magista Obra, and even the Nike Tiempo Legend, even though it does look very, very similar to that. It is on the stiffer side and does take some getting used to, but once you get used to it, I really didn't have any issues with it whatsoever. And as far as the stud pattern is concerned, this is the firm ground stud variation. As you guys can see, it features all conical shaped studs that are fairly long and also fairly narrow in profile, so they penetrate the ground really nicely and just provide good overall traction on firm natural grass playing surfaces. No complaints with it whatsoever. The Tiempo Legend stud pattern is one of my personal favorite ones to use, and this one is really up there as well because it's very similar, especially in the forefoot. The only difference is that you have conical studs in the heel as opposed to bladed studs, but again, the overall performance is very similar to that of the Tiempo line, and overall it just works extremely well. No major complaints at all regarding the Magista Obra, and if all of that sounds good to you, this is definitely one of those shoes that I can very, very strongly recommend. When it comes to weight, I think that a lot of people who are considering the Magista Obra are also taking a look at the Superfly 4, and just by looking at those two shoes side by side, you'd probably guess that the Superfly 4 is a lot lighter, but that's not actually the case. Despite how the Obra may look, it's actually very light as far as high-end soccer cleats go. So I'm going to weigh this pair for you today in real time so we can see exactly how much they do weigh. Keep in mind this is a brand new pair in a size 9.5 US. We're going to throw it on the scale, and you can see that they weigh in at 7.05 ounces, the equivalent of 200 grams exactly. So again, if you're looking for a lightweight shoe that at the same time is very comfortable and very solid on your feet, the Magista Obra definitely has what you're looking for. Alright, so here is a look at the Obras on feet. On my left foot, I have the stock laces that come with the shoes, and on my right foot, I have a pair of reflective orange SR4U replacement laces. If you're interested in a pair of replacement laces for yourself, check out the website sr4ulaces.com. It'll be linked in the description of this video. Now, in terms of how these things fit and feel on feet, if you haven't worn any of the mid-cut Flyknit models from Nike, these will feel a little bit strange at first. They take some getting used to, but they feel really good at the same time. The upper really does wrap your foot nicely and provides a sock-like sensation in terms of how it fits, how flexible it is, and just how soft it is in general, but at the same time, it doesn't lack structure, it doesn't lack responsiveness, and overall, it's just a great performer overall. It's not overly thin, it's not overly thick, it just feels right, if that makes any sense. As far as that mid-cut design is concerned, I know a lot of people look at the kind of ankle enclosure that this shoe has and automatically assume that it provides structural integrity to that area of the foot. There's no extra ankle support here, there's no extra stiffness, it's just there mainly one for looks and two to provide a certain feel. Because it wraps your ankle, it's something you notice at first but honestly quickly goes away once you get used to these shoes, but it creates that nice seamless sensation where it feels like the shoe flows onto your foot as opposed to something that is strapped to your foot, if that makes any sense. As far as fit is concerned, it is a tighter fitting shoe, but they still are going to fit most people. It isn't overly wide, so if you do have really, really wide feet, probably not the best option for you. And as far as stretching is concerned, the Flyknit construction is very dense and structured, and it's just not going to stretch at all. The way these things fit and feel from right out of the box is the way they're going to fit for their entire lifespan. So Again, if you do have really, really wide feet, probably not the best option for you, but like I said, these will fit most people. As far as sizing is concerned, the Magista line runs about a half size small, so instead of wearing my usual size 9 US, I bumped it up to a 9.5, and the fit and the length is absolutely perfect. So if you are looking to order a pair of these for yourself, I would strongly recommend going a half size up in order to achieve the best possible fit. Alright guys, that's it for my review of the latest Nike Magista Obra colorway. Again, if you guys do want more information on the overall fit, feel, and performance, be sure to check out the review page on my website. It's the very first link down below in the description of this video. On that page, you will find a detailed written review along with buy it now links with exclusive SR4U coupon codes where you will be able to pick up this exact shoe below its normal $275 retail price. So again, if you're interested in a pair, first link down below in the description, go ahead and check it out. If you have any questions at all regarding the Magista Obra, leave them down below in the comment section. Definitely will get an answer out to you. If you enjoyed today's video, found it helpful and informative, be sure to support it with a like. Subscribe if you haven't already for daily videos on all the latest and greatest soccer gear. You can find all my social media information down below in the description as well. And other than that, guys, hope you enjoyed today's video. And as always, thanks for watching.